Moncton's up here in the first, and they could easily be up by more based on what they've done offensively. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. McDonald's got it across the line. Here's a chance behind the net. There's the whistle as things will slow down here for a moment.
Always a good play. If you're not sure what's going on, freeze the puck.
The Wildcats have been the better team in this first period. More scoring opportunities, and as a result, more goals. Good job tangling up his opponent here. Moves it around along the half wall. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Lifts the stick and takes the puck. McDonald's got it into offensive territory. Centered out in front. Knocked away. That's moved up ahead. Here's an odd man rush. Sends it over. St. John's got the puck. Maintains control of the puck. And a poke check knocks the puck away. Moncton's got a hold of it along the wall. Handles the puck. With possession along the wall. Takes the feed at the back end. The Sea Dogs gain possession along the wall. Takes it across the blue line. Along the half wall with the puck. First period nearly in the books here. Tipped in front. And the goaltender manages to get a pad on that one. Langlois going to play it against the half wall. Centering pass. Easily turned away with the glove.
I like how he was able to follow the puck. Good save in close.
And he makes the save. There are rock stars, and then there's next level to that. And our guest coming up in period number 2 defines it. Snoop Dogg coming up here on EA Sports.
You know that season ticket holders get special discounts and access to insider information.
As both teams get a breather, so will we. We'll take a quick pause for the cause. There are legends, and then there are, immortals. And this guy joins us in the broadcast booth at this time. Here he is, the one, the only Snoop Dogg, man. It is a pleasure, sir.
Hey, man, look here, Jay. It's a pleasure's all mine. What a night for some good hockey, baby.
What a party we've got now. You always seem to break social media or the internet, for that matter, when you're involved in hockey. Are you surprised at the reaction you get around the game?
No, not really, because, you know, hockey's a sport that people really want to know about, and, you know, Snoop Dogg was the perfect guy to teach it to you. So when I get involved, they want to know more about it.
Good defensive effort to poke it away. Up along the wing. Here's a chance to set up now. Feeds it up ahead. Glides along the blue line. Slides that one right across the blue line. And a smart heads-up read to come up with the puck. Comes up with the stop. Gets a hold of the puck here at his own end. Tries to get the puck to McKenna. You got into hockey at a young age listening to Chick Hearn. Favorite team growing up?
Favorite team growing up would have to be LA Kings.
What about the Ducks-Kings rivalry? Is there something there now?
I think it's a little rivalry there, considering that the Ducks did happen to win the, Stanley Cup once upon a time, and, that rubs the right way when you can win one of them things.
Well, there's another good scoring chance turned away, this time with the glove. What a nice stop.
Hey, when the Kings went to the silver and black look in the late 80s, you're a kid at the time, but did that add a little more street cred to the hockey team locally?
It really did. It put them right in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Because now we can start to rock those Kings jerseys and King hats because it was all black and gray. And if you notice in those videos in the early 80s, all of the rappers had them on from the West Coast.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one, the only Snoop Dogg. Thanks for doing this. Do you want to just hang out, watch the rest of the period up here with us?
If you don't mind, I want to occupy this seat and, watch some more good hockey, man. It's the best seats in the house.
I can assure you we will make room. He is staying, everybody.
Let's go, y'all. Hey!
Past the midway mark of the frame, James and Ray with you tonight. We've got a 1-0 hockey game thus far. While the setters are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. With the stop.
Really good positioning as he makes the stop from in tight.
Great defensive play to come up with the puck. Breaks up the pass in the defensive zone. From the right wing, he moves it to the middle. Intercepts it in the neutral zone. And that skips away off the crossbar. My goodness, what a shot! Almost lost the puck, but hangs on here as play continues. Shot comes up with the stop. The Wildcats look to start the transition game. Moves the puck along the half wall. Good hit to bump him off the puck. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Puck lands back onto his stick. Moncton's got a hold of it against the wall. Dumps it in. Receives the pass. Here they are on the attack. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Handles the puck at the point. And that's broken up with a stick in front.
In the second period.
Over the line they come. Takes a shot. Stopped by the goaltender. Nice pass. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. He's got a step on a breakaway. All right, third period action is just around the corner. Our special thanks. I got to calm down here. What a treat to hang out with Snoop Dogg. Third period coming up. 1-0 is where we sit after 40 minutes of play. Still a wide open game. Third period just around the corner. Ray and I will be ready to bring all the action in moments. And we are just moments away from the start of the third period. Moment of truth for one team. Here we go. Third period is underway. Once again, I'll send it back down to my broadcast partner, Ray Ferraro, who is at ringside. Ray, we've got 2 periods played. How do you see this thing?
St. John's has been chasing this game and chasing the puck much of the first 2 periods. If they're going to get back in it, they've got to possess the puck a lot more.
Carries it across the line. On the attack along the boards. Lugs the puck into the corner of the offensive zone. Picks off the pass in the defensive zone. Slides the puck over. Puts one on net. Nowhere for that shot to go through. The Wildcats have the puck now. St. John's regained possession of the puck. Along the wing up the neutral zone. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Carries it in. Takes the feed. Here's a shot. Gets in front of it. A spirited battle along the boards for the puck. Oh, they force the turnover. This could turn into something. The Sea Dogs scoop it up along the boards. Roy's got the puck. Sends a pass over. Into the middle of the neutral zone. Good defensive stop with the poke check. Moves the puck. And now it's over to McKenna. Reads it perfectly, breaking up the play. Sends the pass over. Takes the pass. Moncton's got control of it now from their own end. Through center along the wing. Here's a chance. And now he angles it across to Stewart. Misses the net.
Not going to be happy with this. He's got the opportunity to score. Doesn't register a shot on goal.
Keeps a hold of the puck. The Wildcats going to work on offense. Moves right to the middle. Obstruction penalty coming up. Looks like a hook here. Let's get the official decision. A little too much stick and body hooking up on this one, hence hooking on the call.
Yeah, I didn't think this was a difficult call for the official to make at all.
Opportunity knocking as the man advantage unit takes to the ice.
And so they'll get their first power play of the evening. At the very least, you want to make sure you get pucks to the net, win some puck battles so you retrieve the puck. You just do not want on your first power play to have a poor one because that can leak into subsequent power plays as the game goes on.
Sends it quickly to McKenna. McKenna's carrying it ahead. Handles it along the blue line. Big stop. Grabs the puck here in their own end. And there's the whistle as he elects to slow things down a little.
A pretty good decision here with the play starting to break down in front of him. Man, he pounded that shot, but the goalie was in good position and made the save.
Here in the late goings of the period, we got a 1-0 game to this point. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Denied by the goaltender. And the puck's kicked free. Takes the feed. Here's a shot. Glove save. And an easy one at that. Moncton's not far from the finish line here as they lead it late in this third. Puck is dropped and we are back underway. Here they come on the attack. That'll do it for the man advantage. Phenomenal penalty kill performance on that one.
Wow, that seems like a big miss, James. Critical moment in the game and the power play laid flat for them.
Grabs control of it at the point. Slides it back to the blue line. Hard blast. Oh, he stops it with a glove. Great reflexes there. The Wildcats have been the busier team in the shot department, and they lead it late in this third period. Less than 60 seconds left here in the final frame. Takes it from the other side of the blue line. Knocked away. Here's a short pass to McDonald. Oh, and it goes off the stick.
Sometimes you're in close, there's no room to put it anywhere. The goalie smothered it all.
Fires to the empty net and breathe.
I got 2 of these in my career. I was never out at the end of the game.
You got 400 goals and only scored 2 empty netters?
Yeah, when we were protecting the lead, it was safest with me sitting down.
What an indictment.
Oh, yeah. They'd really have to screw this up now, James, to lose. The empty netter should put it away.
Moncton's added to their lead with the empty netter, and Ray, that's pretty much all she wrote, I would say.
Well, you grind away to get the lead through this much of the game, and they pull the goalie, they're going to pressure you. You put it away with an easy one into the empty net.
Moves it around along the half wall. Goaltender has made his way to the bench. The extra attacker's out. They need a goal here big time. Fires it down the ice. Just wide. Picks up the puck in his own end. Takes it across the blue line. The Wildcats get a hold of the puck along the boards. Picks it up. Here we go. Taken along the wall by McDonald. Here's a blast. Answers it with an even better save. Scores!
Eventually, the puck finally goes in the net. They've been working at this all night. Finally, in the late stages, they get one. I actually thought he was going to do it, James. He played so well. I thought the shutout was there for the taking. He just couldn't quite close the deal.
Moncton's been the better team offensively tonight. A lot of scoring chances, and they lead it late in this third period. Intercepts the pass at center. Final horn sounds, and we are all done with this one.
They peppered the other goaltender, had more shots on goal, and in the end, even in a close game, that becomes part of the difference.
Well, at some point in time, you take enough opportunities, you're bound to convert in theory, right?
Well, that's the
basic
goal.
logic, anyway.
Yeah, eventually, they get the puck into the net enough times to win.
In the meantime and in between time, he's Ray, I'm James. Good night.